So unless you plan on becoming like an actor, athlete, entertainer, some high, status celebrity, where, these people make a lot of money, you're going to have to learn how to solve problems at scale in order to build like real wealth. And I know you're probably, if you're someone that's like, I'm not worried about that, I'm just gonna put my money in the stock market, index fund, and then in 30 years I'll be a millionaire. Well, I mean that's great, but do you really want to wait 30 years in order to like enjoy your money, right? Like me personally, I don't want to do that. And this is not to say don't invest in the stock market and in the index fund. I think you should, especially because you shouldn't rely on, things like Social Security to, fund the rest of your life as you get older. Right. But if you think that, putting your money in the stock market and just letting it stay for 30 years is a plan, me personally, that's not my plan. Like I said, not to say not to do it, but I'm just saying for me personally, I want to be able to enjoy my wealth. Right. I want to be able to make wealth and then enjoy that, especially when I have the most energy and I'm more youthful. So if you're going to build wealth, you're going to have to solve problems at scale. Like just think about like, these multi-billion-dollar companies like Amazon, right? The reason why they make so money is because they solve the problem of convenience, right? Being able to go online, shop for almost anything that you want, and then receive it in 2 days. For a lot of people, that solves a lot of their problems when it comes to getting the things that they want as quickly as possible. Think about Walmart. Walmart sells products at a relatively affordable cost for a lot of people, especially those that are struggling with money. You can go to Walmart and get a lot of goods at a very affordable price, right? So they solve that problem. But see, you don't need to be that. You don't have to, be that multi-billion-dollar company, right? You just need to be able to solve problems at the level that you're at. Like, for example, when I was doing affiliate marketing, I was promoting this, weight loss program, okay, called Noom. And all I did was I built a website. I did a review of, the service Noom. And what people would do is they'd go on my website, read the review, right? I solved that problem of information, right? They weren't sure what Noom was about. I provided them that information. And once they read it, they liked what they read, clicked on the button, bought it, and I make a commission, right? And I solved that problem. I made money doing it that way. Right, that's solving some problems and benefiting from solving problems of helping people understand what it is that they're buying. And I remember, and the thing you gotta understand is like you gotta be with it's okay to fail, right? It's okay to fail. Like when you're trying to find problems to solve, or you're trying to build wealth and make money. Like it's okay to fail. I think for a lot of people, they're afraid of failure, so they don't even try. And the thing is, you gotta understand is like success is about learning from your failures. Okay, because you're going to fail. Like if you're going to be successful, you gotta be okay with failing. Like going back to affiliate marketing, when I tried so many different ways to make money, whether it was through real estate, I tried to do other types of businesses, and even with affiliate marketing, when I tried so many products and services, I was promoting so many products and services, and all I did was hit on one. And it changed my life financially, right? I was able to pay off debt. I was able to, start investing. I was able to buy, purchase a car cash, right? So I didn't have that much debt. It changed my situation financially, right? And that's all because I found one product that was able to, boom, hit, and I was able to make, some good money with it. So you have to be, you got to be okay with failing. And the thing is, one thing you have to be careful, especially when if you're someone that's trying to figure out how to make money. You got to be careful with trying to chase money, right? Because I think for a lot of us, we all, especially depending on your financial situation, right? Maybe you got a lot of debt, or maybe you just want to change your life. You're tired of living that, that broke lifestyle, and you just want to change your situation financially. Like we all want to do that, right? We all want to improve financially. But for a lot of people, they have this tendency to chase money. Like, okay, damn, how can I make money doing this? How can I make money doing that? You got to move away from that, because sometimes you got to understand, like, the harder you chase something, the faster it runs away, right? I think you've heard that before. Like some people have a tendency to chase something, you find it running. It's much harder to catch. When as opposed to if you can switch your mindset and say, you know what? Okay, what problems can I solve? Like what problems are people having? Okay, and if you can shift that mindset and figure out what problems that a lot of people are having, then you'll learn that as you're trying to solve these problems, money will then find ways to flow to you. Okay, and like I said, we've all had that mistake where we've tried to find ways to make money. But once you start thinking in terms of, okay, what problems people are having, and say, okay, how can I solve this problem? And then you start building ways to solve that problem, then you'll find out how much quicker money starts coming to you. right? And these are things that I'm even learning in the process, like how to get out that mindset of chasing money and like, okay, damn, like how can I make money doing something else instead of like, hey, what problems are people having? Right. So I'm always starting to attack things like what problems can I solve? And that's how I look at it. And look at, I know you're probably, okay, like where do you start? Like how do you start, like, solving problems? Like what do you do? Like if you're struggling, well, the thing I would recommend is read books. Right? There's so much information in different books, because I can give you a bunch of books that, to read, and it even the book that I recommend probably won't be that key that unlocks what you're looking for, right? But I would recommend to keep reading books, read different books that's solving the problems that you're having. And one recommendation I could give you is that you could think about you could learn how to productize your life experience. Like, think, for example, you have people that were lawyers. Okay. And what do? They take all that experience and then they go on YouTube and they talk about their experience with law. Right. Now they're doing reviews of, cases that are happening across the country, and they'll make money doing that. Or if you're a doctor, you're in the medical field, you can share your experience with that. You got people that are doctors, and let's say there's an athlete, like an NBA athlete that gets injured. That doctor will go on YouTube and explain the injury. Right? There's a lot of people just making money, just sharing their experience with a situation, whether it's through dating, whether it's through a divorce, whether it's just through any situation that they've gone through. Like, you'd be surprised how many people just want to hear your experience, right? Because it relates to what's going on in their life, right? If you're someone that's gone through something like serious and share that experience, right? If you don't mind, being too personal. Some people, of course, don't do that, but not even that. Like, even if you've gone through something, you could create a product or service based around your experience, right? That's just one idea, right? Productizing your life experience, right? That's something internally, like you can share right off your head and be like, all right, maybe some people are going through. You'd be surprised how many people can relate to it. So, like I said, like, read books, right? That's the best way, like, to go through it, try to figure something out, like, get ideas, right? You'd be surprised, like, with all the type of books that can flow and say, all right, boom, I didn't think about it that way. And that can give you an idea. And you try it, right? Read that book, try it, right? If you fail at it, that's cool. Reassess, and then, go about it a different way. But don't quit. Just don't give up. Just keep learning, keep figuring out, keep analyzing, and then taking what you learn and then applying it, and then see and then analyze the data, and then go from there and just build on that. So those are my thoughts. Interested to hear your thoughts. Make sure you leave a comment down below with the like button and share. And if you haven't done so, then make sure to subscribe. So, guys, take care. Have a good one. Later.